Switch squad.
Alright, so we are looking at CrossFire X on the Xbox Series X. This is an Xbox exclusive. You can play it, I believe, on computer. But if you have a PlayStation, unfortunately this will not be available to you. What can I say about this game that I haven't said? So, I actually ported this gameplay footage over from Twitch. Unfortunately, the audio didn't record, so that's why I had to re-record it on my PC. And then as I thought I was recording this on my PC, I was not actually recording. So this is the third time I've spoken to myself. So that's a skill, right? Anyway, here we are. You're probably, if you're watching this, it's on YouTube. So this is my first time really playing this game. I played it once before last year, but this is the first time I really sat through and played for an extensive amount of time. And I recorded this gameplay. Now this is from Search and Destroy mode, which has no respawn. So, you know, similar to Call of Duty. Now, a couple things I'm just going to throw out there about this game, comparing it. So, if you think about like online shooters, right, especially like on let's just say on Xbox, right? So Call of Duty, Insurgency, Sandstorm, Battlefield. This game is closer to Call of Duty than anything else. Insurgency, Sandstorm, more of a tactical shooter like Counter-Strike. Time to kill is very fast. Like as soon as you hit someone, they're down. Call of Duty a lot slower. This game's more similar to that. Like, you feel like if you're shooting somebody, sometimes it seems quick, but a lot of times it feels like it takes a good amount of shots, good amount of bullets to drop them. So, I would consider this more in the Call of Duty ilk. But some key differences between this and Call of Duty. I guess, right off the bat, this game is more of a stripped Call of Duty. So, you are not going to have the perks. So, for instance, if you get like 4 kills in a row, you don't have a helicopter zooming over shooting everybody, right? You don't have dogs chasing you like in Vanguard. You could hear by my tone, I actually don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. The gameplay is a little bit more focused on actual gunplay and shooting. So you can see me getting shot. I find my rhythm in the mode. Which is basically it's team deathmatch. But they have team deathmatch, search and destroy. They have like a control point area type gameplay, which is you know, like a capture the flag type, which is fun. So you know your typical game modes. But one thing you're gonna notice about this game is it feels like Call of Duty, but like I said, it's a little stripped. Now. Another thing about this game, which I actually like over Call of Duty, is how you unlock weapons. You just play the game. I played this game today, and I had a lot of points just from playing. I can take those points and buy weapons. Now, you don't have to be a certain rank to unlock the weapons. So, for example, in Call of Duty, a lot of times, you like a weapon, you're not the right rank for it. Then you rank up for it. You get the gun. You unlock it through the particular weapon, right? So you have to play with an assault rifle to unlock that assault rifle, to unlock the next level of assault rifle. Then you get to the gun, and it doesn't have any attachments. So it's a crappy version of the gun. So there's no scope. There's no silencer, you don't have the right ammo, you don't have the right underbarrel, all kinds of things about that gun that you don't like, and then you're stuck playing with it in order to unlock those other attachments. This game doesn't do that. If you have the points, you buy the gun. It's like if I went to a gun shop and I bought an AK or if I bought an AR-15, you're not going to say, well, you can have the gun, but you can't have the scope. Or you could have the camo, but you can't have the underbarrel, and you can't have the silencer, and you can't have this and that. No, just give me what I want. If I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. So that's something I like better about this game. So it becomes a little bit more even for the players. If you're playing through the game, you don't have the best players with the best guns and the best perks and the best attachments, and the lousy players with nothing. So you just become cannon fodder. So, if you play Call of Duty, you'll be good at this, and if you like Call of Duty, you'll like this. And you might like the ability to have what you want right off the bat, rather than having to struggle for it. what else about this game? So, let's see. You will definitely like having, having having all the guns, having the attachments. One thing I will say though, which I have to say is a knock, if I'm going to be fair, is I unlocked a couple of guns, but unfortunately I was not really able to feel the difference between those guns. So I had the AK, and when I put the silencer on, and I put the scope on, and then I put the silencer and scope on two other guns, and I wanted to just compare those three guns, right? First of all, gun to gun, I couldn't feel the difference. So assault rifles and rifles in general feel the same. Not sniper rifles, not shotguns, obviously, but assault rifles all felt similar. So that's a knock, right? I don't feel like I could feel the difference between the weapons. But that's not a horrible thing in the sense that guns feel similar in real life, I'm sure. And I guess I can't complain if people feel like it's fair, but it was like a little weird to me that, like, okay, I'm playing with an AK and it felt like the ball. So that's a little strange, right? Second thing, I put the silencer on the AK. Now, you can see that's me playing with it right there. And this is a team deathmatch which has respawn, which is good if you want to practice. You really need to play a mode that has respawn because you need to play consistently.
Grenade!
I put the silencer on. I could not tell the difference. Like, listen to the gunfire. Again, listen to the gunfire on my AK with the silencer. This is with the silencer. All the guns I'm using in this mode have silencer. Okay. Now, that doesn't sound like a silencer to me, right? I'm slowing the volume a little bit. That does not sound like a silencer. So that's a little strange. I'm playing with the silencer. It's not silent. So I don't know if it has an actual effect if the other guys can hear me or not, like the enemy. The second thing is, I don't know if that means I'm on radar or not, which is actually a huge deal. If you have a silencer and you are not... Oh, now here's this important. Look at that. I'm shooting the guy about 5-6 times, nothing, from behind. So that was brutal. Again, if that was Insurgents of Sandstorm, down in a second. In this, a lot of shots, nothing happens. But if I'm using a silencer and I'm not off radar, then the silencer means nothing. It's just aesthetics. Now, the radar in this, it's not red dotted. You can see your players on the radar, but you can see enemy fire from like a red overlay on the compass over top, right? You see like the red marking? It pops up when they shoot. Now, I can't tell if I'm on that radar or not by using the silencer. If I'm not, then it works. If I am, then it's literally aesthetics and it does nothing. Now, one thing I'll say though is that when I put the scope on, or put the silencer on, I don't remember it saying that it would do anything to the gun. So if it doesn't say, hey, this is going to drop your fire rate, or it's going to drop the distance in the bullets, but it also disguises the sound. If they're not saying that, then I guess maybe I can't complain because it has no effect, so it has no effect, right? So that's another part about this. Again, we're comparing weapons. So there, I think that was the bar gun that I got. Again, I put the scope. Now, one thing I'll say about the scopes in this game, you can customize the sight. So the scope itself you could change, but the sights you could change. So I have crosshairs in the sight, and you can make that a circle with the dot. You can make it a red dot. You can make it a larger X. So they actually allow you to change each scope, or you can change the scope, but then you can change the sight on each scope to whatever you want, which is pretty cool, I think. Call of Duty, I think if you're not down scope, it's very hard to get a kill. In this game, if you're not down scope, you can get kills. So that's something else I noticed. Like, it's a little bit like Counter Strike in the sense that like the crosshairs on the screen actually do help you. Like if you're firing with that, you can get kills that way. So if you're just like in a spot where you didn't have time to go down scope and really look in your sights, it's okay. So that's another difference between these games. Other than that, like I said, I think this game, I think it's a win. I played it once last year, didn't like it. I played it again now, and I have to say I enjoyed it. I think this is not just a shrug. I think it's a plus. It's a thumbs up. If you like Call of Duty, you'll like this game. If you like first-person shooters, online shooters, you'll like this game. Now, you might be asking, well, why would I play this if I like Call of Duty? I have Call of Duty. Different guns, different maps, different experience. Now, again, I don't see how you could join with a party, so that's a knock, because if I have some friends that want to play online, I don't know if you could do that in this game. I don't think you can, and nobody was talking in this game either. So that's something that they have to probably look into. Like, if you can't really play with your friends, then obviously you're gonna end up on Call of Duty. But if you're by yourself and you're at home and you just want to get online and play an online shooter, give this a shot. Like I said, this game is very popular overseas. So in India, in China, apparently, in Asia in general, CrossFire X is popular. Why isn't it as popular in the US? I don't think it's ever gotten the build, and it's an exclusive to Microsoft, so that's another issue with it. So like it's not on PlayStation. I think you can play it on the computer and maybe on Steam, but you can't play it on the PlayStation. So, of course, majority of console owners in America actually have the PlayStation, not the American Microsoft. But Xbox in this generation is doing very well, as you know. And I love my Series X. I love my Xbox 360, which I've been playing a lot recently. If you watch the channel, you know that because I put up videos on NFL 2K5. And MLB 2K4, as well as WWE Raw 2, which is sort of a hidden gem in wrestling games that gets no attention at all. It's amazing. And I'll do more videos on my 360 as well. I have a way of recording footage on there, which I like. So yeah, so again, this was live streamed, but the audio didn't work. So I just taking the video and recording my voiceover on my computer and posting this on YouTube, which is where you're watching it. So I'll try to talk less and just let you listen to the game a little bit.
Throwing grenade.
Nice. That was my double kill. I had a couple of those, I think, this one. I'm gonna do launch probably Need for Speed Heat. I've never played that game. I'm just gonna try it. It's on the Game Pass, so I installed it actually. I'm gonna give it a shot. There's a couple games on Game Pass. I'll jump back, play to the 360. I'm gonna keep diversifying on this channel. I'm gonna be working the 360 in a good amount with my Series X stuff because I have some games on here: Frontlines, Fields of War, Stranglehold, John Woo, obviously more NFL 2K, NBA Live 10.
Mission success. Global risk win.
NHL 2K5. I brought that up in my NFL video, but I didn't actually do it yet. So there's a couple games on there that I work in. But anyway, this is CrossFire X. So it was like I said, this is a win. It's a fun game. I recommend it. Give it a shot. If you like Call of Duty, you'll like it, and I think you'll have fun with it. I have no regrets. It's fast paced. The gunplay is good enough. I think the fact that they give you everything very easily makes it fun, makes it even. No, you're not coming with a party. No, it's not a lot of perks. There's no 50 on 50 mode or anything like that, like Ground War. But I think what the game offers is good, and I can see why it's so popular. The maps are fun. I think they're well designed. Yes, they're Call of Duty-like, but that's not a horrible thing. So I think overall this is a win as a game. I recommend it, and I would suggest playing it, as I will probably continue doing. As always, it's been a pleasure, and we'll keep having fun here in the Corner Arcade.